third consecutive state title as he goes against Matt Holt.
Ciesluk's real good on his feet, real aggressive. Chelmsford normally wrestles a defensive style. They're more of a laid back. They play the edge. They like the wrestler to come at them. But Ciesluk's a real go-getter.
His weight class, too, I would imagine they're extremely quick.
They're a lot quicker than they are in the upper weight classes, that's for sure, Bob. Ciesluk's an experienced veteran. I mean, he's walked through this tournament. In the semifinals, he pinned his opponent in 27 seconds. Gives you some idea of what kind of caliber Ciesluk it is. He's only lost one time, has one tie this year.
133 wins, just 13 losses and 2 draws in his career.
Ciesluk looking for a kind of a dump move here.
Chelmsford, of course, a long-time wrestling power.
They're really tough. They're, of course, the defending state champions from a year ago. Bruce Rich has done a marvelous job there. What a tough program, probably one of the premier programs in the Commonwealth. No doubt about that, probably in New England.
The Wrestling Lions.
The Wrestling Lions. They won it in their den last year. This year, they've had kind of a down year. They started out pretty good, but towards the end of the season, some injuries, some problems, and the past 2 tournaments, they've faltered. Other teams have picked up the slack. They go out of bounds. Kind of a slow start to this 103-pound weight class. Ciesluk came out in the semifinals earlier today and looked real aggressive. Come out, first period, scored a takedown and finished his opponent off real quickly. Matt Holt looking for a single leg takedown, opting to shoot on this Ciesluk, which may be the best option because I don't think you're going to throw Ciesluk, an experienced wrestler.
I was going to say, what does Holt have to do in this bout?
I think Holt really now has to work his takedown and work on shooting Ciesluk, but with a guy like Ciesluk, Bob, I don't know there's much you can do. If you can scout, if there's any strategic maneuvers you can look at as a coach, but he's so well balanced. Tough to beat a guy like Ciesluk. You see him there, Holt's got to get that underhook out of there. Get out of the underhooks. You see his arms underneath Ciesluk's arm coming to the end of the first period.
3 2-minute periods in high school wrestling. Scoreless at the end of our first 2-minute session.
That's about the first time that Ciesluk's gone a period, the first period without a score, all season long. Ciesluk deferred. Now remember that each wrestler has his choice. He can choose either the top position, the bottom position. He can choose to be in the neutral position, or he can defer the choice, and then he'll get the choice in the third period. That is what Ciesluk did, and so Matt Holt chose bottom to start this second period.
One of the things we were talking about before we went on the air, you're talking about the difference between the high school wrestling rules and, say, what people would see if they watched the Olympics.
One thing, Bob, that you and I were talking about earlier, I never understood why at the international level, which is the Olympic level, Americans wrestle what we call freestyle. There's a lot more feet wrestling. They don't wrestle on the mat so much. But at the high school level, when we're training these kids, we're wrestling what they call folk style, a lot more mat wrestling. And so, you know, in the Soviet Union, international competitions, they're training them freestyle. Matt Holt quickly gets up and scores a 1 point for an escape.
So the 2-time defending state champion, Ciesluk, is behind at this point.
And Holt with a nice double leg, trying to trip, steps through and scores 2 points takedown.
Oh, it's a 3-0 match now for Holt.
A real nice takedown, Bob, by Matt Holt. Step through, double leg, tripped this man from behind. A nice job with the takedown. You see they go out of bounds. When they leave that white area, the official will stop the match, bring them back to the center and start again.
Ciesluk, I would imagine, has not been on the bottom end very often. This will be difficult. This will be interesting.
I would go so far to say, just because I've followed wrestling all season long, I don't think Ciesluk's been behind once this year. We'll see how he reacts. He's on bottom. You see how quickly he comes up. No hand control, but he gets up quickly to his feet. Now he's trying to get his escape. The Holt brings him right back down again. Ciesluk needs to get hand control and get up. He's down by 3. But Holt's doing a good job of working those wrists. You see he's grabbing the wrists, controlling those. If you can control your opponent's wrists, you can maintain control on top, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's using that right leg as a lever to keep Ciesluk broken down off his base, keeping him on his stomach. So we can call it control wrestling on top. The official stops the match. A potentially dangerous call. No one is penalized. The match simply starts again.
I don't know how much that Matt Holt, the Stoughton coaching staff, would have had an opportunity to scout Ciesluk. I'd imagine fairly substantial, but they really have prepared a good game plan.
They sure have. Real good game plan. And again, he's been shooting, scored the takedown, nice escape. Watch Ciesluk come up. See, he's so quick. working for an escape. Holt's got to bring him down to the mat or bring him out of bounds. They're close to the boundary line. Ciesluk wants to stay, and you can see Bruce Rich waving him in. Stay in bounds, and they go out.
That's time remaining here in our second of 3 2-minute periods.
Matt Holt's wrestling a real good match. He's controlled, he's poised. He's not allowing the pre-match build-up of a 2-time state champion to affect him. But Ciesluk's been here. This is his 3rd time in the state championship finals.
I noticed during the introduction, not a smile a month of 26. Not a smile. Not a
You're very perceptive.
Smile. Very serious business.
So he's getting hand control. Ciesluk trying to get the hands of Holt. Holt lifts and brings him back down again. He's doing a good job of controlling on top. He's keeping Ciesluk down. I haven't seen someone control Ciesluk like this in some time. Got that Western hook in. His right leg overlapping with Ciesluk's. And they go out again.
Getting back to the lack of a smile or a hint of even a gleam in their eye, is the focus that important? I mean, you have to be that focused?
I think at the state championship finals, I've been around the sport a long time, you really have to be that focused. Wrestling is like boxing. You know, you steer your opponent before the match and during the introductions, and I think you're right. It really is important. You get a lot of wrestlers who take the quiet approach and simply stare at the ground and look around. Other wrestlers prefer to steer right at their opponent. Now, the official has signaled 1, Bob, for an escape, but I don't know about that call. I won't say anything derogatory, but that's a tough call. There has been a lot of controversy surrounding these officials this weekend. Here you see Ciesluk he breaks away. There's an escape. And on the replay, I've been corrected. The official is correct. That should have been an escape. Score 3-1, Bob. Matt Ciesluk's trailing.
So the second period has ended. Ciesluk, the 2-time defending state champion, is on the bottom as we start the third period now. 3-1. Holt the challenger.
Well, Ciesluk's got to be thinking to himself, I'm only 2 points behind. This is the final period. I'm on bottom. I can work well on bottom. I get my hand control and get right up. Exactly what he's doing. He's in good position right now because he's on bottom. See, he's getting the hands. He gets out. There's 1. So now it's a 1-point match. Headbutt there. Ciesluk seems to be all right. 3-2. Close match. Matt Holt, you can see how fired up he is. I'll tell you, Bob, both wrestlers look to be in real good physical condition. Neither appears winded. Watch Matt Ciesluk. See, he ties up. Trying to bring Holt into him, set up some type of takedown. To neophytes to wrestling, that looks like they're kind of stalling. They're both just prancing around, but both wrestlers are trying to set up their takedown.
I say a takedown wins it.
That's right. Takedown wins it, you're right. 1:30 to go in the final period. About the closest match Matt Ciesluk's ever had. Trying to work at chancery. He's got the head. Needs to come around behind and score his points. Matt Holt has wrestled a tremendous match. Just a great job. Had a real close semifinal match to get here. He, of course, is the number 2 seed. Ciesluk, the number 1 seed. Holt was a sectional champion 1 week ago. Stoughton's only representative in the final round tonight. Less than a minute remaining. There's a headlock attempt by Matt Ciesluk, but he tried it near the out-of-bounds line. Got to do it in the center, Matt. Got to do it in the center.
55 seconds left.
See, they start right on those 2 lines. Holt still prancing around. Trying to shoot in. Ciesluk is trailing. He needs a takedown. Here's Ciesluk trying a little bit of a high crotch. Holt throws an underhook in. Holt at this point could be called for stalling. He's not aggressively trying to initiate any new action. We may see a call coming up, although I'll say the officials this weekend have been very slow to call stalling.
Particularly in a situation like this.
That's right. 20 seconds. We're only 20 seconds away from a 2-time defending state champion getting beat. What an upset this would be.
First of 13 championship matches.
Matt Holt could pull this thing off. He's wrestled a good match. The last 30 seconds he's been stalling, but maybe that's smart strategy.
4 seconds left. And time has run out. And Matt Holt of Stoughton has won the 100.